So once upon a time in our life, we had this. Yeah, I know most of you are very familiar with this. We had the PlayStation 4. So this is how it looked like. The one I have here is the PS4 standard. You can see how it is. So this is how it was. Maybe you can have one last look at it before we switch to the future. So this is how it was, and right now this is what we have. You can see this is what we have. We have the PS5. You can see how the gamepad is. This is the PS5. Just have a clear look. Here you want to see some of the internal features, but before then, let's have a view of the outlook, clear outlook. We have that nice lighting here. Yeah, you can change how it lights. Right now it is in white mode, but you can change it to blue mode. It's very nice. Still have a look. Let's have a look at the ports. You can see we have two USB ports there. We have the Ethernet port. This is the HDMI port. We have the power port down there. So this is how it is. Right on the front interface, we have another USB port there. You have the USB-C port, very good. Then here we have the disk slot. Yeah, so that's how the other side looked like, or looks like in a PS5. So there you go, you have your PS5. We have the traditional PS4. If you had the opportunity to select between the PS4 and the PS5, which one will you go for? I know definitely you go for these, but why will you go for a PS5 and not a PS4 if you had the opportunity? I know there's a very big difference in terms of price, and that's why you still find most of us, we have the PS4 because this is what you can afford. Most of us, we can afford these at the moment, but if you had the opportunity to select one, definitely go for these. So what makes most people go for these, despite it being the latest model? There's some internal features that are hidden in this one, or that are very much open in this one, not hidden as much, but makes more people prefer these. So first thing first, let's just talk on the outlook. Let's compare the pads. So this is the pad for a PS4. Just have to place it there, and this one is the pad for a PS5. So as you can see, there's much bigger difference here. The PS5 pad is a bit bigger. You can see it has the colorless buttons. Yeah, the PS5 button is just the same as it was here. We have the speakers just right here. No much change. You can see it's only that these one are white. The functions, you can see there, you have the functions there, just the same as we had them on this one. Yeah, these two, I'm talking about these two functions here, options keys. Yeah, then if you place it like this, on the lower side of the PS4 pad, you see how it is. Now on the PS5, this is how it is. You can see how simple it is, and can have a look. So instead we have the charging port on the PS5 is Type-C port. Yeah, while on this one we had the USB normal charging port, the previous one. Yeah, so the trigger button, they're just the same, but the feel on this one is somehow so nice compared to the feel on the PS4. Yeah, the lower side, no much difference. You can see there's no much difference. You just have the serial, the labeling of the pads, nothing much. So on the PS5 we had the lighting here. There's that light that comes here, charging light, connection light, indicator lights. It used to be here, but on the PS5 now we have that small light here that's non-destructive. Yeah, see, we have the LED lighting position right here on top of this place. So that's how the pad is. Gaming wise, this pad is the PS5 pad is so responsive. It has something called the haptic feedback. So let's assume you're playing a game that is a game involving shooting. So if you pull a trigger, if you're shooting, then if you shoot, maybe those people who are familiar with guns, I'm not saying that I'm much familiar, but if you're familiar with guns, if you pull a trigger, there's that, like you shake. So that's what's happening with these pads. Even if you're playing games and then you're running, maybe racing games, in place where there are portals, you'll feel the pad shaking, like it's responding to what's happening on the display. If you're playing those shooting games and you have bombs everywhere, then the pads will respond. So that responsiveness from the pad, vibration wise and everything, just makes the pad so awesome compared to the one in PS4. So much about the pads. Let's now get to compare them. We've compared them external wise, as you can see. So some of the other features that I'm not going to show you in this video, but I can explain to you. The PS4, up to the maximum PS4 that we had, that is the PS4 Pro, its ability to play games, you could play games with it at highest resolution was, the highest resolution we could play the PS4 Pro was 4K, but the highest that we call it the frame rate FPS was 30 FPS. But with the PS5 now, you can go up to, you can play 4K games up to 120 Hz FPS. So that's a very, very big difference from here to there. So that is 30, this is 120. 120 divided by 30, that is 4 times higher FPS compared to the one in PS4. So definitely it means if you have higher FPS in gaming, the games will be much smoother and responsive, and the games also clarity and the graphics, everything is just improved and perfect. So because I've not connected the PS4 to power, you're not going to see how the interface looks like, but you'll have to have a look at the PS4 interface, because I know most of you are familiar with the PS4 interface. So let's have a look at the PS5 interface. So this is how it looks, the PS5 interface. So if you click on the home button here, check on what happens on the screen if you click on the home button. So I'm just going to click on the PS button here. You see, right at the bottom you have the home button. You have so many stuffs that you can choose on. So at the home button right here you have the power button. This is where you can sleep the computer, the PS. Here you have the user, you can change the user. Here you have the accessories, so you can see the gamepad is here. It's blinking, doesn't have power, indicator is there. Here you can set the mic, you can set the speaker, the sound. There you can check the downloads. Here you can select music that you want to listen to while you're using the PS. That's the game base. Here you have a notification center. This is the switcher, you can switch to the users. You have the home. So that's how the home interface is. And right on top there, see, so we have the tab for media and for games. As you can see on the top corner there you have games, this other side you have media. Games and media. So if for games, then you can navigate to the games you have, and then on the media you can navigate to the games you have. So for me here I have the Spider-Man game. This is the game that I like the most, but I'm not going to test it right now. So let me just take you to the settings and see some of the best features that you can do, some of the good things that you can do on a PS5. So let's get to the setting. So right on the setting, there are things to do with accessibility, storage, features, and remember the PS5 comes with a very good graphics processor. That's why it is 4 times better than the PS4 Pro, leave alone the Slim and the standard, the Pro one. So here are the features. You have this important setting here. Just scroll down to the save data here, save data and game app settings. So here you can customize your settings to your liking, so that you won't have to set them every now and again in the games that you'll be playing. So for example, if you come to the game presets right here, so game presets right here, you see we have difficulty. You can change the difficulty level to the one that suits you. If you're a beginner, you just put it to the easiest. If you've been using it, or maybe you're familiar with PS games and everything, you can put it to the hardest here. So you either place it to the hardest, normal, easy, by default here, so that whenever you play any game, it will be using the default settings. Then we have this other feature here, performance mode right here. can see the performance. You can change the performance mode to either game default, depend with the performance of the game, or you place it in performance mode or resolution mode. So if you place the PS in resolution mode, it will focus on the resolution, and if you place it on performance, it will focus on the performance to ensure that the game is smooth, it's flowing without restraining the PS5. So we have other settings like the first person view, third person view, subtitles, so many stuff. We have subtitles and audio. Those are the settings that maybe you can change. Online multiplayer sessions, so many things that you can change. On this other side here, we have another thing here, spoiler warnings. So spoiler warnings, you can also check the setting. If you're playing a game and then you don't want to have the spoiler warnings or the spoiler maybe notifications, you can either disable or enable them. So you have so many stuff that you can do on the PS5 interface or the settings that you are not able to do them on the PS4. So that's the difference on this one. I'm going to do a very detailed video on the PS5 and some of the things later, but if you watch this video to this point and you find this video so helpful and so straight to the point, don't forget to give me a like for this video, and don't forget to subscribe, because I really appreciate your subscription and your support. Big up, see you next time.